Have you ever felt like life keeps pushing you down? Like no matter how much effort you put in, you're always falling short, not enough, not smart enough, not strong enough? In a world that constantly fuels insecurity and self-doubt, the moment you start believing in yourself, people rush to call it pride. But here's the reality. Islam never told you to hide your light. Islam never asked you to shrink yourself, question your worth, or move through life as though you bring nothing valuable to the table. Islam calls you to rise, to speak with assurance, and to live with the deep awareness that you were created with a divine mission because you were. Allah formed you, chose you, and entrusted you with a message only you can fulfill. So when we say act like you are the best, what we truly mean is this: live as someone sent with intention. Live with the certainty that your value is defined by Allah, not by the judgments of others. Enter every room with quiet confidence, knowing Allah placed something within you that this world needs. Make dua like your voice echoes to the heavens. Speak with meaning. Serve others from the heart. Work, knowing that your Creator sees every effort. You are not here by chance. You are not a flaw. You are a sign of Allah's mercy. This video will introduce you to a new way of thinking, a mindset built on faith instead of fear, a mindset where you stop trying to shrink yourself to fit into a world that was never meant to define you, and instead grow into who Allah designed you to be. This isn't about arrogance, it's about identity. It's about recognizing that being Muslim is not something to conceal, it's something to embrace. It's your greatest blessing, your most powerful role, and your strongest source of self-worth. When you are honored by Allah, in a world where people are often judged by their appearance, wealth, followers, or achievements, it's easy to forget where real value comes from. Many people spend their whole lives trying to prove themselves to others. They try to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, or copy others just to feel accepted. But in the eyes of Allah, your worth has already been decided. You were honored from the moment you were created. You are not here by accident. You are not just another face in the crowd. Allah chose you, and that alone should give you a strength that cannot be shaken. When you feel weak or not good enough, you must remember that the Creator of the heavens and the earth gave you something special. He gave you a soul. He gave you a heart that can feel and a mind that can think. He gave you a path to follow that leads to peace, power, and paradise. So why should you ever doubt your worth? You are more than what the world sees. When you know that Allah has honored you, you begin to walk differently, not with arrogance, but with purpose. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop chasing validation from people who don't even understand your heart. You stop begging for love and attention from people who don't see your soul. Because now you understand, you already matter. You already count. You are already special. Not because of what you have, but because of who made you. And once you know that, no one can make you feel small again. Imagine walking into a room not looking for approval but ready to give light. Imagine praying not out of fear but with the joy of talking to the one who honored you before anyone else even knew your name. Imagine going to work, school, or into your family life with the awareness that you are carrying something precious inside, a soul gifted by Allah, guided by Islam, and full of potential. That kind of thinking changes everything. You won't let people treat you badly anymore. You won't let society push you into things that destroy your peace. You won't stay silent when you see wrong. You won't stay down when life gets hard. Why? Because someone honored by Allah does not live in fear. They rise, they shine, they walk with calmness and confidence, knowing they are carrying the trust of their Lord. The problem today is that too many people forget this honor. They try to look like someone else. They try to be someone they are not. They lose their identity in trying to copy others who themselves are lost. But Islam teaches you to be proud of your path. You don't need to copy anyone. You have your own light. You are not just a follower. You are someone with direction, someone with meaning, someone chosen to live with dignity. And even when life is full of pain, even when people reject you, mock you, or ignore you, that doesn't reduce your value. Allah still sees you. Allah still honors you. And He never abandons those who walk with Him. So lift your head, straighten your back, speak with purpose, pray with strength. Don't let this world tell you who you are. Let Allah tell you who you are, and He already has. 2. Confidence is part of faith. Confidence is not just a personality trait. In Islam, it is part of your faith. It is a reflection of your trust in Allah and your understanding of who you are as a believer. Many people confuse confidence with arrogance, but they are not the same. Arrogance comes from pride and ego, while true confidence comes from knowing that Allah is with you. It grows in your heart when you believe that you are not alone, when you trust that the one who created you also supports you, guides you, and wants good for you. That is the foundation of real confidence. Islam teaches us not to walk on this earth with fear in our hearts. A believer should never live in constant worry about people's opinions, about the future, or about failure. Instead, a believer should walk with trust in Allah's plan and strength in Allah's support. When you believe in Allah, you begin to believe in yourself, not because of your own power, but because you know Allah's power is behind you. That belief becomes a light that shines through your eyes, your voice, your actions, and even your silence. You see, confidence in Islam is not about showing off. It's about standing firm. It's about not hiding your values when the world pressures you to change. It's about being proud of your identity as a Muslim. When you walk into a room, you don't need to lower your head or hide who you are. Walk like a Muslim. Smile like a believer. Speak like someone who knows that every word is recorded by angels. That kind of presence changes the world around you. A confident Muslim is someone who says the truth even when it's difficult. Someone who faces challenges without breaking down. Someone who lifts others up with kind words and sincere advice. Someone who prays on time, no matter where they are. Someone who makes others feel safe and respected. This is the strength of a believer. If you feel shy or unsure, remind yourself, you are not alone. You were never alone. From the moment you were born, Allah was with you. Every step you took, every tear you cried, every hope in your heart, He knew. And He still knows. So why should you doubt yourself? Why should you hold back your light? Walk into this life like you belong, because you do. And even when you fail, even when you fall, your confidence shouldn't break, because you know that Allah is most forgiving. He gives second chances. He opens doors. He blesses the effort, not just the results. So keep going, keep trying, keep believing, because your strength doesn't come from the world. It comes from your connection to Allah. 3. You represent Islam. Whether you realize it or not, the way you live, speak, behave, and treat others tells a story. And when you are a Muslim, your story is not just your own. It becomes a reflection of your faith. Every time you walk out of your home, every time you speak to someone, every time you post something online, you are showing the world what Islam means to you. You are not just a person with a name. You are someone who carries the light of Islam wherever you go. That's not a small thing. That is a great responsibility and a great honor. Islam is not a religion that stays only inside the mosque. It is not something you practice only during prayer times. Islam is a complete way of life. And that means every part of your life is a chance to reflect its beauty. The way you help someone in need, the way you smile at a stranger, the way you stay patient when others lose control. These are all ways you represent Islam. And when people see your character, they begin to understand your faith. Some may even come closer to Allah because of the way you made them feel. So the question is, what are you showing people about Islam? When someone meets you, do they feel peace, respect, and trust? Do they see patience, honesty, and strength? Or do they see anger, pride, and selfishness? Remember, people may forget your name, but they will remember how you made them feel. And for some people, you might be the only example of Islam they will ever meet. Make it count. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect. Perfection is not required. But sincerity is, effort is, intention is. Even if you struggle with your own weaknesses, let your struggle be honest. Let your journey be open. People are not looking for angels. They're looking for real people who try their best and stay kind even when life is hard. When you go to work or school, you are not just another person in the room. You are a Muslim. Carry yourself with honor. Speak with clarity. Work with excellence. Be the person who doesn't cheat, who doesn't gossip, who doesn't follow wrong paths just to fit in. You represent something bigger than yourself. You represent a religion that brought light to the world, a religion that teaches mercy, justice, and love, a religion that lifted people from darkness to light. That is what you represent. Even your silence can be powerful. When people speak with bad language and you stay quiet, it teaches something. When people argue and you choose peace, it teaches something. When people are selfish and you give, it teaches something. You don't always need to preach. Sometimes your character is the loudest message. So hold your head high, not with pride, but with purpose. Be the person who makes others feel safe. Be the person who brings light into dark rooms. Be the person who reminds others of Allah just by the way you live. Represent Islam in the best way, not for fame, not for praise, but because it is your responsibility and your honor. 4. False humility can be dangerous. Many people think that being humble means hiding your talents, downplaying your strengths, and acting as if you are not good at anything. But that is not the humility Islam teaches. In fact, pretending to be weak when you are actually capable is not humility. It can become a form of dishonesty and even a silent injustice to yourself and to others. Islam calls us to be real, sincere, and balanced. Yes, we must be humble, but not to the point where we deny the blessings and abilities that Allah has given us. When you say, I'm not good, even when you are, or when you hold back from doing good just because you don't want to stand out, you are not protecting your ego. You are limiting the good you can do for the world. That's not true humility. That's false humility. And it can be dangerous. It can stop you from growing. It can stop others from benefiting from you. And most of all, it can make you forget that confidence in your skills is not pride. It is gratitude. Allah gives every human being gifts. Some people are good at speaking. Some are skilled in helping others. Some have wisdom, strength, patience, or creativity. These gifts are not given to be hidden. They are meant to be used. They are meant to serve others and bring goodness into the world. When you hide your strengths and act incapable, thinking that this is humility, you are doing the opposite of what Islam teaches. False humility is a hidden trap. It makes you think that being small is being righteous. It makes you think that being silent when you should speak is being wise. It makes you feel guilty for being capable. But in truth, Islam wants you to rise, to contribute, and to shine in your own way. Not for your own glory, but for Allah's sake. When you step forward with a clean heart, not only do you grow, but others around you also grow. Open a path for others to walk through. There is a profound difference between true humility and erasing yourself. Humility is recognizing that your talents are blessings from Allah. Self-erasure, on the other hand, is pretending you have nothing to offer even when you do. That mindset holds you back. It stifles your potential to uplift others. It even leads you to doubt your own abilities. Islam teaches balance. Walk humbly, but keep moving forward. Speak with kindness, but don't shy away from truth. Don't chase the spotlight, but never hide the light that Allah placed within you. Fake humility doesn't make you righteous. It slowly chips away at your confidence. You begin to downplay your value, and over time, others start believing your self-doubt. They stop turning to you. They stop benefiting from your insights, not because you lack wisdom or skill, but because you constantly act as though you don't possess them. That isn't humility. That's fear, pretending to be piety. And fear can't lead. Fear can't uplift. Fear can't create. You weren't made to remain small. You were crafted with care, shaped by Allah's will, entrusted with talents, understanding, and a mission, not so you could bury them in the name of being modest. Real humility doesn't mean rejecting your gifts. It means using them for Allah's sake, with sincerity, without arrogance, and with the courage to shine the light He gave you. So let this sink in. This journey isn't about ego. It's about walking with strength because your purpose comes from your Creator. It's about recognizing that your words, your actions, your very presence have meaning. They carry impact. They carry divine intention. Acting as though you are the best doesn't mean you see others as less. It means you look up to Allah and believe He didn't make you to be weak, invisible, or without value. He made you strong. He made you honorable. He made you chosen. So let go of self-doubt. Begin to view yourself through the lens of faith. Stand tall, not for self-glory but for truth. Speak with conviction, not to impress, but to uplift others. Embrace the way Allah created you. Use every gift He gave you to serve, to motivate, and to raise the standard. This world doesn't need more believers hiding in fear. It needs believers rising in faith. So rise, step into your role. Live like a servant of Allah who understands their worth. You are not ordinary. You are not silenced. You are not overlooked. You are a believer. You are chosen. You are powerful with divine purpose in your heart and unshakable strength in your soul.